Shout out to Kev. Kev got 1,000 white shirts. Nigga is like a cartoon character.
Nah, that nigga is my goat. What's going on, everyone? My name is Kevin, and this is 1,000 White T-shirts. So today we're going to be talking about EA Sports microtransactions, and specifically, we're going to be talking over three topics. The first will be the 2025 $55 billion acquisition of EA Sports and Affinity partners. The second will be discussing the rollout of College Sports 27 and why we should have anticipated microtransactions. And lastly, we will be discussing key members of the community, specifically Bordeaux and MMG's reaction to microtransactions being sneakily added into College Football 27 and most likely this year's Madden. Here we go. So first things first, okay? In September 2025, EA Sports, a public company, was taken private by Donald Trump's son, also known as Jared Kushner, okay? Not a big fan of him. The acquisition price was $55 billion, not million, billion with a B. $35 billion was attributed to equity and $20 billion was attributed to debt, okay? The first question that we should be asking ourselves was, how was Jared Kushner able to pull this off? Game recognized game, okay? Let's be honest, game recognized game. Jared Kushner is incredibly talented at using Donald Trump's influence for his personal gain, whether that is affinity partners or failed diplomatic endeavors, which he has plenty, okay? But we will not be talking about that in this video.
Rex Tillerson told Congress that President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, directed his own foreign policy without Tillerson's knowledge.
President Trump did not know him, and President Trump had no idea about how the process was supposed to work. He probably thought, oh, well, this is the way I run my business.
In a newly released transcript from closed-door testimony to the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Tillerson says he was surprised to walk into a Washington restaurant to find Jared Kushner meeting with Mexico's foreign secretary. I could see the color go out of the face of the foreign secretary of Mexico as I smiled big and I said, "Welcome to Washington." And I said, "I don't want to interrupt what y'all are doing." I said, "Give me a call next time you're coming to town." Tillerson says he was taken aback when he was told Kushner and presidential advisor Steve Bannon knew of the block.
Jared Kushner knows how to manipulate people, okay? The second question we should be asking ourselves is why partner with Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, also known as an arm of their sovereign wealth fund, when they have a lot of issues, okay? A lot of internal and external public relations issues. Two reasons, okay? The first one's simple. Money, okay? That was not rocket science. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund has a lot of it, okay? The second one is a lot less known. Let me talk my shit, okay? All right? As a regulatory compliance guy in private equity, let me tell you this. Let me give you a little bit of game, okay? When you fly into Saudi Arabia and I want to meet with the sovereign wealth fund, or in this case, the PIF, there is no regulatory red tape. I can pop in there, say my shit, say whatever I want, and then fly out, no repercussions, okay? Nothing. Whereas if I'm meeting a regular wealthy individual within Saudi Arabia, I will end up in Saudi Arabian jail if I give them the exact same presentation and say the exact same shit, okay? So the regulatory red tape is a specific thing that you want to get out of, and that's why you deal with sovereign wealth funds. This isn't exclusive to Saudi Arabia. You can go to any sovereign wealth fund in the world. Singapore, Canada, right? Wherever you want to go, you can do this. And lastly, who is Silver Lake? Okay, Silver Lake is the most experienced and trusted out of these three investors. Okay, Jared Kushner, no one really likes him. Let's be honest. Okay, and then on top of that, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, their sovereign wealth fund, it's kind of sketchy. Okay, I'm not calling them sketchy. That's what the media is saying. With that being said, okay, they are most known for probably the most successful take private investment in the history of the world, or at least in the 21st century, okay? Dell Technologies, let me give you guys a little bit of a backstory. Dell Technologies back in the day was failing, okay? And with the help of Silver Lake, the founder, Michael Dell, the founder of Dell Technologies, was able to take his own company back private and lead an immaculate turnaround and take it back public, okay? Till this day, Silver Lake has made other investments, but none as lucrative as this Dell Technologies deal, okay? That's how good of a deal it was. And as a result, Silver Lake relies off this reputation till this day. Hey, I can't hate. And so the real question is, Why does it matter that private equity was able to acquire EA Sports? The simple answer is EA Sports had 2 years of stagnant growth. Look at these charts, okay? Look at these charts that we have here. If you invested in EA Sports in 2022, let's act like a normal person that's just investing their money. If you invested in EA in 2022, you would be pretty fucking upset. If this was the chart that you saw, this was the amount of growth that you were able to accumulate within your investment account, you would be incredibly upset. So as a result, they have to figure out ways to grow. In comes private equity. Which brings us to our second topic, okay? College Football 27 had one of the weirdest rollouts in sports gaming history. In early June, EA held the regular reveal of these games. But the weird thing was, this was the first sign that private equity had infiltrated college football or EA Sports in general, okay? Because this was the first time in my life, and I've been buying this college football game since 2005, okay? With Reggie Bush. I have been buying this game. This was the first time that they had a co-rollout, okay? In the history of this event, last year, the year before, I'll show you guys.
Okay, so this is this year's Madden 27, College Football 27 opening drive reveal event video. We go here onto the Madden page. We go into videos. There's obviously no video here, but it was obviously a live broadcast. So let's go in here. And as you can see, there was no reveal, co-reveal on the Madden page.
In the history of me buying this gaming franchise, EA Sports has never rolled out both Madden and college football at the exact same event. It has never happened. Which brings us to our first term of the day, cost synergy realization, okay? In private equity, this is what we call a form of operational value creation, right? Which is essentially saying improving our EBITDA. With that being said, cost synergy realization is when you save money from eliminating duplicate roles, systems, and processes. The duplicate roles and systems and processes was the non-consolidated rollout, okay? EA Sports higher-ups realized that they could save money by rolling out the games at the exact same time, even if they had completely different release dates. They're close to each other. I'll give them that. But they didn't have to roll out in the exact same day, okay? This becomes even weirder when days before the pre-launch of College Football 27, EA Sports has their third mass layoff of the year. This was the second sign, right, that EA Sports had been compromised by private equity. So why is everyone mad?
EA is bringing microtransactions to single-player modes, and it is only going to get worse from this very moment. But I believe if we act now, there is still time to make change. I don't care if I never work with them again. I feel lied to. I feel betrayed, and I don't believe in the direction the game is going in any longer. You can hate me, you can like me, please just listen to me for a few moments, because what EA is doing with microtransactions is going to ruin single-player modes, Dynasty, Road to Glory. If they don't see any community...
Affiliated creators like Bordeaux feel like they were lied to and used to push out a game that squeezes their audience last dollar. And on top of that, people that watch Bordeaux's videos want to be able to recreate his videos and the challenges that he sets in them. And the same thing with the people that watch MMG's videos, right? They want to be able to recreate his strategies and then use them in the same game modes that he showcases on his YouTube in order for them to win. Neither scenario is possible if Madden and college football is pay to win and riddled with microtransactions. So here's my position, okay? You can't ignore microtransactions. It's not as simple as not buying virtual currency to avoid it because it's unavoidable. First, it's let's put these microtransactions in this obscure section that very few people go to. Then it's let's make it a little bit more accessible to everyone. Then it's let's flash it every single time they open the home screen, hoping that they will accidentally buy it. And finally, it's let's not let them access certain game modes unless they pay for it. And we've seen this happen in 2K. We've seen this happen in Call of Duty. And we've even seen it on a previous EA title, whether that was Star Wars or even Battlefield. So these aren't novel ideas. So I'm happy that the gaming community came together, we revolted, and we're able to at least turn this around for at least the year, because I'm going to tell you guys this, it's going to get progressively worse.
Kev got 1,000 white shirts.